Welcome to the news at noon. It's Monday, November 27th, 2006. I'm Charlene McCallum, and these are your top stories. A Mississauga man who police say believed he was offering a 12-year-old girl money for sex during an internet conversation was shocked to discover the girl was an undercover officer. Police say an officer entered the online chat room on October 17th, posing as a 12-year-old girl. The man allegedly started having sexually explicit conversations over the next few weeks with the officer in the chat room, then made arrangements to meet the girl at an undisclosed Mississauga location, but was met by police officers instead. Charged is 28-year-old Jeffrey Totman. Mississauga's Palestinian community is in shock after finding their gathering place vandalized in what they are calling a hate crime. Louis Rosella has more on this case of vandalism.
Thank you, Charlene. Peel Regional Police say it might have just been a bunch of teens being silly, but Mississauga's Palestinian community are calling it a hate crime and want the culprits who vandalized Palestine House over the weekend brought to justice. Peel police were called to the organization on Arundel Station Road early Sunday morning after an employee there reported the vandalism, which included the words Jew plus Nazi equals Palestine spray-painted in blue in the parking lot. The Star of David, which is a symbol of Judaism, was also spray-painted on the organization's building. The center does provide cultural, educational, and social programs for the Palestine community, but is also used for prayer on Fridays. Anyone with information on this incident is being asked to call Peel Regional Police at 905-453-3311. Back to you, Charlene.
Thanks, Louis. After a month-long struggle, a Mississauga couple is getting back more than $13,000 stolen from their account at a credit union by debit card thieves. Marcin and Marzena Walchuk deposited $10,000 into their checking account at the Polish Parish's credit union in Toronto in early October. When they tried to make a debit purchase of $20 at Walmart, their account was over the limit. Between October 8th and the 20th, they found more than $13,000 had been stolen. Initially, the Polish Parish's credit union told the couple they were not legally liable for the fraudulent transactions. Police say the thieves skimmed their PIN number and banking information and downloaded it onto another card for their own use. Police have released a sketch of one of two men who robbed an electronic game store in Meadowvale 2 weeks ago. Police say the two thieves entered the EB Game store on Argentia Road on November 11th and forced a female employee to the rear of the store at gunpoint, where they bound her hands behind her back with duct tape and covered her eyes. A quantity of electronic games and PlayStation game systems were stolen. Police say the suspects fled the scene in a stolen vehicle. Anyone with information is asked to call Peel Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. There were more than 120 voices joined in song Saturday night as Erin Mills United Church hosted the Toronto Mendelssohn Choir. We were there for all the sounds of the season.
We're thrilled tonight to host the 6th annual Mendelssohn concert at Erin Mills United Church. The Mendelssohn Choir really begins the Christmas season here at Erin Mills United, and with some selections from the Messiah as well as some traditional and new Christmas carols. And Erin Mills United Church is very proud of the fact that 3 of our members are part of the Mendelssohn Choir, so we have a bit of a family interest in the work of the choir. We're sold out again tonight, and we're very pleased that we can offer this world-class choir here in Mississauga.
An Ontario Superior Court judge ruled a group of Peel Regional Police officers abused their power when they allegedly mistreated a motorist they pulled over on a Mississauga street. The Globe and Mail reports the judge called the stop and search of businessman Jihad Waterman's car a willful, flagrant, and serious violation of his rights. Waterman recorded the verbal exchanges between the officers and himself on a tape recorder. He alleges he was assaulted several times. The officers deny those allegations. Peel officers told the court Waterman was pulled over because he wasn't wearing a seatbelt and was speeding. At that point, they discovered Waterman had outstanding charges of uttering forged documents and fraud. The judge dismissed the illegally seized evidence that saw Waterman charged with mortgage fraud. St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church is celebrating the 75th birthday of the church's organ with a makeover. We dropped in to see how the fundraising effort was going.
We are in the process of renovating it and restoring it. We have an organ restoration capital campaign going on. The congregation has been incredibly generous, and amongst 300-400 souls, we've been able to raise in excess of $100,000 towards renovating and restoring this beautiful pipe organ that's been in existence here since the church itself dates back to 1891 and has always had a pipe organ associated with it. So in terms of worship and having an instrument that is something the Port Credit community can be proud of, we really felt as a congregation that it was important that we move forward and restore it. We still need to raise approximately $39,000, and we've been doing a lot of Easter egg dipping and things like that. We've innovative programs where you can designate a key on the keyboard if you want to a family or a loved one. A set of pipes in here you can designate to a loved one for a certain fee and things. So we've tried some novel and innovative fundraising approaches to move forward with this campaign. Lots of bake sales and lots of concerts. We just finished having one in November. We have another one coming up in February.
And in entertainment, Santa Claus and his elves were in Streetsville yesterday for the annual parade. We were there as the crowds gathered to wait for the man in the red suit.
It was a beautiful day in the neighborhood as the village of Streetsville hosted their annual Santa Claus parade. The streets were lined with families and friends, even the four-legged kinds, as dozens of festive music groups, community organizations, and even a princess passed along Queen Street. And to keep visitors cheering, there were also plenty of colorful floats, from the very big to the very small. One participant told us why the parade is an important part of getting everyone in the spirit for the holidays.
Well, it's very important. You show the kids they're having a good time, and then the parents as well, you get them laughing. Some of them are so, they're not too happy. They're not looking forward to Christmas, probably all the gifts they have to buy and everything like that. And some of the fellas want to be watching football.
That may be true, but we had no trouble finding plenty of people who were more than happy to spread some holiday cheer.
Merry Christmas! No turkey, no Christmas! Ho, ho, ho!
What's your favorite part of the parade?
Everything! Pretty much I don't know. I don't got a clue. But it's good to say peace. Hey!
Say Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas! Yeah.
Some parade goers, though, may need to learn to pace themselves before next year's big day.
It's been very good so far. We're here to see the big man, though, so we're still waiting for Santa to come down. Hopefully he'll be here soon, and we can wake him up then when it's time.
In the end, though, the man in the red suit never fails to please, capping off another great Streetsville parade with the missus by his side.
Kiss from Santa. Santa loves you all.
A big crowd turned out Friday to help the mayor light up the night. Our cameras were there as she flipped the switch on the city's holiday decorations.
3, 2, 1.
It's a little less than 1 month until Christmas, and that means it was time for the annual tree lighting celebration at the Civic Center. Mayor Hazel McCallion and members of council lit up 35 huge evergreens and unveiled a magical 25-foot snowflake light sculpture Friday night at City Hall. Entertainment including a dazzling cirque show, stilt walkers, face painters, and gingerbread making. Canadian Olympic hockey gold medalist Jennifer Botterill and the mayor also took on local children for a ball hockey shootout competition.
And in sports, the Mississauga Ice Dogs may want to start treating their home games as if they are on the road for the remainder of the Ontario Hockey League season, since they have proven time and time again that they play much better on the road than they do back at the Hershey Centre. The Ice Dogs were big winners in Windsor last night, shooting down the Spitfires 7-3, building up a 4-0 lead before the game was even 11 minutes old. Their next game is Wednesday night when they travel to Belleville to face the Bulls, who sit on top of the East Division standings. In Central Hockey League news, Mississauga's Ryan Murphy will be inducted into the New Mexico Scorpions Hall of Fame on December 8th. Murphy is the team's assistant coach and director of community relations. A product of the Streetsville Derby's Junior A Hockey Club in Mississauga, Murphy's professional career spanned 12 seasons, and he was the Scorpions' second all-time leading scorer with 107 goals and 250 points. And that's your Mississauga update. Be sure to log on to Mississauga.com to get your local news, sports, and entertainment. I'm Charlene McCallum. Thanks for watching and have a great day.